What is up, everybody? This is your guy Cly, and welcome back to Budget Buys. This is Bugha review number 4 of 7, and with this we are finally passing the halfway point. Since my last review was for the Bugha gaming headset, I thought it would only be fitting to follow up with the Bugha LED gaming headset stand. Though, if I'm following that logic, my previous video should have actually been about the mouse pad, but let's just ignore that for the time being. Now, following the pattern that I've set for all of these videos so far, I'm also going to be going for bonus points by including an additional item. Though, unlike the last few, this is not something that I reviewed previously. And instead, I'm going to be reviewing it at the same time as the Bugha gaming headset stand, partially due to the fact that this is just a headphone stand and there's really not much to say about it, and also because this item actually disappeared from store shelves about a week after I picked it up. I didn't even have the time to record the review before it was just completely gone. Also, some of you might have noticed that this packaging bears a striking resemblance to the packaging of the gaming keyboard fivebelow used to have. And yes, both of these products are from 1616 Holdings, which, as I mentioned in the review of this keyboard, is related to fivebelow. I can't remember if it's a subsidiary or a shell company or something like that, but needless to say, if you see 1616 Holdings, that basically just means fivebelow. Now let me get this out of the way, as well as this, and then let's take a look at the features in the back of the box. Now, like I said, this is a headset stand, so there's really not much to talk about. It has an RGB LED light that is color changing, USB connectors, the headphone holding portion itself, as well as an additional phone stand. The box of the other headphone stand doesn't break down any features, but at least it gives you a better picture of what it's going to look like all put together. Alright, here we have everything that is included in the two packages, minus the manuals, because there's really not much to tell us here. On the left-hand side, I have everything that was included with the old headset stand, and on the right, I have everything included with the Bugha stand. What's interesting is the older model has 3 parts, despite being a $5 stand. I forgot to mention that previously. And the Bugha stand is only made up of 2 parts, despite being a $10 headset stand. And of course, the Bugha headset stand also came with one of the collector cards, in this case, number 7. Now let me get everything out of the way and show you how to assemble these. And I'm going to start with the older model. All you really need to do is take your base, bring the 2 plastic prongs into the base, and then attach the headphone holder. It can be a little bit tricky, but there we go. And here we have the older headphone stand in profile, because a top-down shot won't capture much detail. But neither will this, to be perfectly honest, so of course I'm going to be including an action shot of both of these headphone stands shortly. But for now, I do want to take a closer look at how this thing is actually constructed. First off, we have the USB ports. Now, because this is a lower cost model, it only has the 2 ports in the front, but fortunately, they did include data ports instead of just power. When I saw that the box said with 2 USB charging ports, I was a little bit worried, because the USB cable fivebelow has included with all of their Bluetooth tech that I've reviewed thus far is just a power cable. It is not a data cable. Also, I'm kind of concerned with the back construction here, because it's made of 2 kind of flexible plastic rods. I mean, they do seem like they'd be strong, but if you put a very heavy set of headphones down on this with enough force, you might snap them. Also, it does flex, and the way it's put together, it makes it hold whatever position you put it in. That might be a little bit less than ideal for some users. Now, let's get the Bugha. Now, putting together this headset stand is actually quite simple. All you need to do is take the arm, find the little arrow on the back. I don't know if my lighting can show it due to the weird angle they have it at, but trust me, it's there. You're going to want to line it up with the open lock here and give it a twist until it pops into place. Now, just like last time, you couldn't really tell what was going on with a top-down shot, so back to profile it is. And just like last time, let's start by checking out the USB ports. This time we have 4 ports, and once again they are data, which makes me very happy. Now unfortunately, both of these devices are USB 2.0 instead of USB 3.0, or even better, USB Type-C, but I'll take what I can get. At the very least, I can plug in a mouse or a charging cable for the phone that I put in this little phone notch here. Now let's talk about a few of the design choices they made with this headphone stand that don't quite play out the way I thought they would. Now, when I first saw the box and teaser images for this headset stand, I noticed there was a little black circle there. I couldn't tell based on how the artwork was done if it was convex or concave, but I had assumed that would be a control switch for the LED effect that I'll be demonstrating shortly, but that's not the case. All it really is a bit of an indentation. For some reason, it exists. And speaking of design features that exist, we have the arm. Because with the way this is done right here, the little silver part at what looks like a hinge, as well as the fact that this is indeed molded to look like a hinge, I expected it to be adjustable, but it is not. I was hoping it could actually fold down and pop out, but at least you have the ability to unlock and remove the arm, so there's that. I guess those seams are just from the way it's assembled, but this design element right here definitely made me think it was a hinge. Oh well. Now before I hop over to the action shot, let's just go ahead and take a look at the LED effects. Because both of these devices went with a very different manner. In the case of the older model, it uses 3 RGB color changing LEDs, which, as I've mentioned in multiple videos at this point, do have a tendency to go out of sync, but for the most part, these are doing a decent job. And in the case of the Bugha headphone stand, it has quite a few more LEDs that do a decent job transitioning color in more of a gradient pattern. Now let's turn off the lights to show you what these look like in the dark. That's not half bad. Now some of you are probably wondering why I didn't demonstrate the LED effect on the older model while it had the arm installed. And the simple fact of the matter is, you can't quite see it from this angle, and the way they're set up, you're not going to see them in the action shot either. Also, due to the way the arm is constructed, the clear plastic doesn't actually reach down to an LED. As you can see, there's nothing shining through these holes, so those are just going to be clear rods the whole time. They will pick up a little bit of the ambient light from the base, but it's not going to shine throughout the rod, and I do think they missed a trick there. And there you have it. 2 different headset stands reviewed in the same video. And I've got to say, they're both decent for the money. I've done a good bit of searching for headset stands before, and I wasn't going to get away with less than $20 or so if I wanted one with LED effects. If I didn't want one with LED effects, it would still be $10 plus. And none of those included a USB hub. So in that case, the $5 headset stand is a great grab, though I will say the Bugha stand is definitely worth the $5 upgrade. And I guess that's really all I have to say on the topic. So, until next time, this is your guy, Cly, signing off.